Welcome back to another great episode of Dads and Daughters, Dads Talk. I'm here with my really good friend from way back in the day, neighborhood buddy, Dominique Keels. But before I introduce him, today's episode, because it's my Oxon Hill guy, is sponsored by the Huddle brand. You see our good Oxon Hill Clipper sweatshirt I gear today. It's provided by the Huddle brand. Shop the Huddle brand at shophuddlebrand.com. You can also follow them on Instagram at the Huddle brand. All you local high schools that think y'all were better than us at some time or another, he's willing to give y'all some stuff too. I mean, we were first, we the best. I know another guy at Forestville, he claimed the all black and everything else, but at any rate, contact the Huddle brand, tell them to make something for your school. You see what the product look like, it's great quality. Go out and holler at the Huddle brand. Now we got that. My man Damo from back in the day.
Thanks for having me.
Man.
Thanks for having me.
Wouldn't be right if I didn't have you here, man. Like I said, we go back as teenagers. We're here now. We're both girl dads. It's a great experience. I know, like when we left high school, we all went our different ways, and you joined the military. First, let me say I appreciate you for your service, man. It's a great thing you did for our country. I know we had our own little battles with our different neighborhoods, so I already knew you was gonna be able to handle your business out there because I seen you handle your business out here in the street. So, but again, thank you for your service. We girl dads. When did you first become a girl dad?
So right around the time I turned 25 years old, my daughter was born. It was something that I did very intentionally. I wanted to have a baby, and boom, here she is, you know. One of the great blessings of my life, true learning experience, brought a lot of understanding to me in my life, and you know, just one of my contributions to her and society, being able to procreate and bring a good person into the world.
So you said you was intentional, right? So she's playing. So did you always want to have a girl, or were you like the typical man that said, I got to have a little boy?
Honestly, I always thought that I would have a daughter.
So you just like me.
Yeah, I always thought that I would have a daughter. And that's just the way it worked out. It just happened that it wasn't my plan or anything like that. I just assumed like, hey, probably I'm gonna have a daughter.
See, so for me, everybody's heard the story like a million times, but as a kid, my mother had 3 sons, and she always wanted a little girl.
Okay.
I told her, I'm gonna give you your little girl. I'm like 10 years old. People really don't believe it, but my mother tells the story all the time. I'm like 10 years old. I told her, I'm gonna have your daughter for you, and her name's gonna be Gabrielle. So I was very intentional. When I got married, and I told my wife that we was gonna have a kid, and like, unlike other men, I didn't want a boy. I had to have my girl. I said, if I have another kid and it's a boy, fine. But once I had her, she's my only child. Right. So I'm satisfied with the girl. People ask me all the time, y'all ain't wanna go back and have a boy? I'm like, I got what I wanted, you know? So it sounds like your story is similar, but you do have other kids though.
Right, so I already had 2 boys already.
Gotcha.
So we was already running them up. So that's no problem right there. So boom. That, you know,
so with the boys, right?
Yeah.
Tell everyone the difference, because I tell everybody, and that's why we, you know, as a girl dad, there's a different, for me, mentality, different feeling. From your perspective, what's the difference between raising a boy and raising a girl, or the feeling of having a son? Did it change you any? Did it change your mentality? Go into that a little bit for me.
Well, just real basic things. You're always teaching your boys basically how to be a man, right? And how to take care of themselves and how to be resourceful. And you teach your daughter the same thing to a lot of great extents as a man, right? But also, she always gonna fall underneath your protection in your mind and in her mind, right? A lot of times if you're there for it, and she's always gonna know, hey, boom, I just gotta make a phone call and I'm good, right? Your boys, you're gonna always put a little bit more pressure on them to take care of themselves and be self-reliant, even though they know they can make that phone call too,
Right.
you know?
But for you, did it change you any?
Oh, for sure.
Because I tell people it kind of make you a little bit softer.
It definitely does, right? Because now you got this little person and she's a girl and you're like, hey, okay, boom, boom, boom. But you know, girl kids are just as resilient as boys too. And you know, you learn that through the ages, man. And they're so smart and sharp and have their things going on, so.
Yeah, because I still try to play tough. But so I know one time, maybe my wife and my daughter joke about me all the time behind my back, right? So I remember her telling me one time she was asking for something. And my wife was like, you need to call daddy and ask him. She was like, if I ask, all they're going to say is, I don't care, go ahead. So I'm like, how? You just know you got me wrapped around your finger. You know what I'm saying? But so with the boys, not that way though. You may say, go try to figure it out.
Right.
Or things like that. Like, so were you tough on her, or like you said, the boys, you pushed them to figure it out, and the girl can do whatever she wants? Not whatever she wants, but you know what I mean?
Right. So I did. So that did change a little bit. So with the boys, it was always, I would generally say, for a big ask, I would generally say no.
Right.
And then find a way to get it for them, a reason to do it, and to make it happen. Find a way to make them work for it too, and stuff like that. But generally with my daughter, she kind of already earned it, and
Just by being her.
Yeah, it will be up to her mom to say no a lot of times, man. I can't even fake.
Do you get caught in the middle like me? So like, they'll get into it. Both of them come tell me their side, and I'm like, I'm in trouble either way.
Right.
There's no, you know what I mean? Because if you go one way, one's mad. You go the other way, the other one's mad, and then later on they back together. Now.
You still the outcast.
Yeah.
We take that. We have to take that one on the chin. And that's what the parents are there for. You have that dichotomy. You always should have somebody that you can go to and say, I have this issue with this person, or I don't think that this is right. To one, be able to voice your opinion and have a good soundboard from somebody that love you,
Yeah. So did you do hair?
Yes.
I mean, neither one of us got none these days, but did you do hair?
Right. So what I would do with the hair is I will wash it.
Okay.
Right. So I will wash the hair, and that would be something that I could take my time to do. I found out little tips and tricks to allow me to be able to wash your hair.
I couldn't do none of it.
Yeah.
Nah, I tried to do hair, like I said, the little slick. I tried to do the little cross. So my wife came home and saw it, was like, don't, whatever it is, I'll make extra time to do it. You ain't got to worry about that part. Because I had my daughter looking crazy when I tried to do her hair. I joke now with her, like, when you do your hair, she'll just give me a side eye and keep walking.
So for me, a lot of, my daughter's older. She's 25. So she came up in an era where she was wearing a lot of professional braids at a young age, right? So then there's a whole big old thing about taking the braids down. That's a lot of work, right? Taking all those braids down or twist. And also washing and conditioning back, huh?
You did all that?
I take her hair down, yeah. And I have to go sit in the salon with her for 6 hours and wait for her to get it done.
So that sounds like, again, all of us who have girls have a special bond, right? So do you all have like a handshake or something? So for example, I'll give you two examples. Like my daughter now, since she's been like a baby, I'll ask her like, how much you love me? And we got to spread our arms as far as we can. We be like, this much.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or we got a thing we call the upside down kiss. It's kind of hard to explain, but basically if she's sitting down and I lean over top of her and we kiss each other forehead at the same time.
Right, okay.
You know what I mean? Or like when we leave church, we always have our walk by ourselves, and my wife has taken pictures of this since she was a little kid. It's just the daddy-daughter walk all throughout the time. So like, what special bonds or moments or handshakes or anything that you and your daughter have? Okay,
so we definitely did daddy-daughter day, where it'd just be us and we do whatever she want to do or do something together.
Right.
We spent a lot of time together in the car, because I was also a community dad, right?
Okay.
So her friends, her girlfriends, always came to us. My house, I always wanted my house to be an open place where all the kids could come. That way, because I'm a helicopter parent.
Okay.
So if I got them here with me, I know everything is good. So that put me on track to take them everywhere that they needed to go. I was always driving them around, be it just a mall. But back on that, our personal thing, we did the daddy-daughter day thing. And also, we always tell each other we love us. We love each other when we get finished talking. That's one thing that we're really big on. That happens with us. And she's not going to like as much as when I share this one, right? But before she had a real good understanding of numbers, going to the bathroom as a little child, say, hey, what do you have to do? Number 1 or number 2? And one time she told me number 5. So I told her,
5?
I don't know, right? I don't know. We never find out.
She had to really go.
Yeah. So we always called her like my number 5er and all that
Okay.
stuff like that, right? We don't know what she got to do. And that's just a little thing between me and her, and we share that now. She has a daughter now too, so
Okay.
that
So you're a
kind of
grandfather.
goes. Yeah, I'm a granddad, right?
Congratulations,
So,
man.
yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah. So that's a big thing. Another little girl. So we're going.
So with that bond that was growing, right? And we talked briefly about your military service earlier. So I don't know about your deployments or different locations moving. How mentally is that? What would you tell other soldiers that have to be away from their daughter, or as they're moving? Because I know at one point you was out California, and now you came here. Those different transitions mentally, how did it affect her? How were you able to cope with those things, the conversations? How were you able to help her out with that?
So I was already in the military when my daughter was born. So
Gotcha.
she was basically born into a part of my service, right? And some of the differences there, what I would always say is keep your kids involved in the activities that are going around. You can't wait till you come home.
Okay.
Like me, I did 20 years in the Marines. This isn't something that you could put off. The kids need to feel at home wherever they are. And
Right.
they need to be in those programs. They need to be participating in community and experiencing all of those things. We definitely had our own, it comes with a particular struggle when it comes down to deployments.
Right.
During my time of service, we were at war for 16 years.
Wow.
So I did a lot of deployments.
So I mean, so how stressful is that though? Because I mean, when all of us want to go home every day, right? And you're serving the country, but then also you're thinking, it's just me assuming, I'm serving the country, I'm doing this great thing for her, but at the same time, my daughter's the most important thing. So did you ever have like a guilt feeling like I'm putting my country before my daughter because I might not go home, and how are they going to deal without me? Like how do you deal with that as the person that you are?
So my daughter is the one that introduced me to her sacrifice. I'm thinking I'm out here, I'm working hard, I'm doing whatever I got to do, trying to keep the country safe. This is post 9/11 stuff, right?
Right.
So I'm trying to keep the country safe, and being from the DMV, that attack was personal to us, right?
Right.
So doing these things, and I'm on a summer deployment cycle, which includes her birthday.
Wow.
So one thing that I found out that my kids do is when I'm deployed, they would ask my wife for things and say that Dad would do it. And I'm not there, and she don't want to let them down, so she's providing these things. So while I'm deployed, she had these extravagant birthdays.
To cope with you being gone.
It was part of the thing that they did, right?
Right.
All of them. The boys did it too. Like Dad would say, yeah, and then automatically it's because I'm not there. So she went down her birthdays, and she said, I had a birthday at the beach. You wasn't there.
Wow.
And she said, Dad, I had a birthday party at the bowling alley. You wasn't there. And she went down about 40s, and I realized that because of my deployment cycle, I was either doing workups to deploy or I was out of the country.
Right.
So because of my deployment cycle, I had missed some of her birthdays.
The special time. So
Right.
again, while you're out, how did that cut you?
So for me, it made me wake up and realize that I have to manage my time, my service and my family a little bit better. Right. And then also I got hit with a duty that allowed me to be home for a couple of years right after we had that conversation. And she was real young. I want to say she was maybe 7 when we had the conversation.
Right.
But she recognized that I wasn't there from some of her key events. But for major things that she did, I was there. So it makes a difference when I'm not there. So
let me ask you this though. So like while you're gone, right? So early in my career, one of my jobs, I traveled a lot, right? So my daughter was potty trained early. She didn't have accidents. It was scary when the first started happening because we would hear somebody walking through the house, and it was actually my daughter waking up in the middle of the night going to the bathroom on her own. So no accidents. She's going off to daycare and elementary school or whatever else. But we started noticing this pattern. I would travel and she would have accidents. When I was home, it didn't happen. And then we finally put 2 and 2 together after like my third or fourth TDY. my wife's getting a call. You need to bring some extra clothes. She's had another accident. And it was actually because I was gone. Like she didn't act up. She didn't get in trouble. She never cried when I left. She didn't cry on my first trip until 2 years ago. I believe, and she's like, she used to even actually ask my wife, do I have to go with you to drop them off? Like, she never acted, but when she was a child, she would go to the bathroom when I left and have accidents. Anything like that with your kids?
So I didn't really have anything that was particular because they were raised in it, right? Raised in me being gone and me not being there. So there's a level of them coming together tighter and treating each other better when I'm gone because one, I'm not there to break up things and defuse stuff, but also, hey, don't do this while dad's not home, right? And there's a thing that when you said that, it made me think of that whole thing with dads and daughters and them letting us down. Like they ain't trying to let us down, right?
That's the worst.
Yeah,
that's the worst.
So
Because
we always have that.
Yeah, because I mean, like with my daughter, like if she thinks I'm upset with her, her whole day is crushed. And I'm like, I wasn't even mad, but she'll go tell my wife, like, I think Dad's upset with me. It's like my wife would call like she's crying. I'm like, for what? She was like, because she thinks you mad at her. I'm like, I didn't even say anything. So like that dynamic is incredible. It was the relationship with the dad and daughter. Let me ask you this. I knew you was in California and you call the kids military brats, right? So transitioning and moving her to different places. What was what's the advice that you would give current military members that's going through that as far as helping your kids with the transition?
So you definitely have to explain it to them and have the conversation with them. I would say, look at your career and try to deconflict those milestones, right? I had a real bad break myself because I retired right before my daughter was going into her senior year. So now I come home and now she's got to be a senior at a brand new school.
Wow.
Right.
Wow,
and she went ballistic over it. It bothered her. She didn't feel like, she's like, hey, I got all of my friends. I got everything like that. It just was a blessing that she went to a school that was better, where she met new friends that she liked better. And she wished she could have been there for all 4 years sometimes.
Right. But those conversations, like you said, you just got to, I guess, be open. Because I mean, I'm sure other military members are going through this, and whether you're moving overseas, whether you're home, just the different, I guess, dynamics of different schools, because some schools are going to be better than others.
Right.
So like now, you said you're a grandfather. How does that, is it another girl?
Man, yes, it's a girl. And being a granddad is great. It's better than being a dad because you get all these little grandkids. I got 11 grandkids. This is just her first one.
Oh, wait a minute. I knew about this one here.
Yeah, my boys already had 10.
Your boys been busy.
Yeah, my boys, they my boys, right? So, but this is her first baby. And so, yeah, and this is the thing. But all of my grandkids, man, are great, man. They always want to come up to you and tell you and show you things and entertain you and everything. So
what's the relationship with like the father?
The relationship with the father, it's a good relationship that we have. He's a really good guy and very supportive of her physically and mentally, right? Come from a good family and always can see my ideals, right? Whenever I talk to him about something, he can always understand where I'm coming from. And he cares about what I think too, right?
Good.
But I do recognize that there's going to be a lot of pressure there for him because he's dealing with my daughter who came up with me as her leader, right?
Right.
And has her go-to and all of these things. And it's a struggle. It's a tough thing sometimes.
Yeah. So how are you preparing yourself for one day where if they get married, right? And you have to give your daughter away.
Right. So I look at joining a family like changing a team. You play basketball, right?
Right.
So right now, they're not married. My daughter's on my team, right?
Okay.
When you marry her, she'll be on your team. Even though you guys work together and you guys do some team things together too, but she's on my team. She has my last name, so she's on my team. So I'll make sure and take care of those things. Now, when you marry her, then you'll be the first go-through on those things, and I'll be the backup, right? I'll be the backup. Y'all call me, and I'm right there. But you guys should be talking about this first and having something going on, and don't hesitate to ring my phone.
Gotcha. That's something I think I'm definitely going to have you back on another episode because it's a lot of questions I have on that, a lot of feelings that either myself or other dads can really dive into. But because that's a dynamic all of us have to face one day.
Right.
And I know I'm going to have a hard time with it, It's giving my daughter away. She's mine.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time letting that go. But man, I appreciate you sitting down and talking with me, man. Like I said, I'm going to have you back.
Okay.
So we could dive into some more stuff, catch up a little bit more, give out some more advice. And, just keep doing what we do, man. I really appreciate
Thanks
you
for
coming
having me,
out.
good brother, man. Anytime, man.
Definitely have you back.
Yeah.
Want to thank you all again for tuning in to Dads. Make sure you all go like, comment, subscribe if you like what you heard today. If you don't, if you have other questions, send them in. We'll definitely be responding to all your comments and questions on our future episodes, and we'll write you back. Tune in again. We'll see you guys soon. Really enjoyed today's conversation with my old childhood friend, Damo. Appreciate you guys again in the military. Appreciate his service. Appreciate all the military men and women out here fighting for us. Shout out to the Huddle brand. Provide us the great sweatshirts that we had on today in today's episode. Go to shophuddlebrand.com to get yours for your local high school or if you're an Oxon Hill graduate. Also want to thank First and 10 Barbershop for letting us use the shop to film this. We appreciate you guys so much. Want to thank all our military service men and women, but especially the men with the daughters. Follow these links. Get these resources to help your relationship with yourself and your daughters. Whatever you're going through, I hope these resources help you out in building a relationship. Follow us and find dads and daughters on ccscenter30.com. Again, that's ccscenter30.com. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in some future episodes.